Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. Today's video is going to be a foundation review, and it's not just any foundation. Today we are going to be reviewing a drugstore stick foundation. This is actually new from the drugstore, which I recently just found out about a couple months ago, and I haven't really seen anyone review it. Like, I don't know, does like Hard Candy not send out PR to these YouTubers? I have no idea. But today I'm going to be sharing with you guys the Look Pro Bare It Off Foundation and Concealer Stick. This is what the packaging looks like. It has a dual-ended side. Foundation stick is on one side, and then you have the brush on the other side. And I'm just going to be showing you guys how it applies and kind of talking about the actual foundation. Before we get started though, if you're not yet part of our T-Squad family, you would like to join, don't forget to subscribe in the link down below. It's free. Subscribe, get with the program. And with that being said, guys, if you want to know my thoughts on the Look Pro Bare It Off foundation and how it applies, and if it's full coverage, if it's not, if it worked out for my skin type or not, then let's go ahead and get started. Alright guys, so I'm going to go ahead and start off with primer, and for primer today I'm going to be using the Revlon Photo Ready Pore Reducing Primer, just because this is a primer that minimizes the appearance of my pores really good. So I'm just going to pat this in the areas where I have the larger pores, which is around my nose and around my cheek area. Today's foundation is going to be the Hard Candy Look Pro Bare It Off Foundation and Concealer Stick. Let me remove the wrappers so I can show you guys up close. Alright guys, so this is what the foundation stick is looking like. As you guys can see, the top portion is the actual foundation. The other side, it has a brush, which I'm really curious to find out if the brush will actually like work out. I did get mine in the shade light medium. I'm not sure how much product is in here, but let's find out. Alright, so that's how much product it's in here. So I feel like it's a little bit less than a normal foundation. Does it say how much product is in here? It doesn't really say how much product is in here, as well as the claims on their website. They didn't have any claims at all. It just says it is a foundation and a concealer in one, and it is full coverage. So the side of the brush feels really stiff. So we are just going to start off by applying stripes. So light medium is a bit yellow, but again, I don't mind it. So I don't even know how much to apply. I'm just going to apply. That's all that I'm going to apply. I feel like it covered my face really good. So I'm gonna go ahead and use their brush. I feel like if I were to use my favorite foundation brush to apply this foundation, it would be faster, just because their brush is pretty stiff, pretty hard to blend out the actual product. So I'm not going to be using that brush side, but this is how half of my face is looking like with a full on stripes on my face. As you guys can see, it's definitely full coverage. I feel like it's full coverage. I'm gonna go ahead and apply the other half with my beauty blender, just so you guys can see the difference between the beauty blender. I don't even know like how much to apply. I feel like stick foundations are really easy, for on the go. I feel like they're just perfect for on the go. So I'm gonna go ahead and use my beauty blender. Keep in mind that I like to apply stick foundations with the Morphe G1, just because I feel like it's faster and it's easier. It seems to be blending out nicely. It doesn't feel creamy or anything like that, so my guess is that this is a matte foundation. So far by the application, that's what it's kind of giving me. Like, this is a medium to full coverage. I feel like you can definitely build it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply more on the side of the brush, just because I didn't really get much coverage right here. So I'm just going to apply some like that, and why not layer it over here too. So now going in with my beauty blender, I'm just going to blend this product and see how well it blends on top of the foundation. It has a strong paint kind of scent, like the Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundation, so keep that in mind. As you guys can see, my camera is pretty good at picking up the dewiness. So if a foundation is like super dewy or glowy, it notices on my camera real quickly, and this one is not showing up to look glowy or anything like that. I feel like this one is a more semi-matte kind of finish. It's not super matte flat, but it is a matte finish. It feels really comfortable and very lightweight. Like, I feel nothing on my skin, which is a good thing. Guys, so that is what the foundation is looking like. The shade didn't oxidize. It still looks that bit yellowy kind of shade. Usually I can notice if I'm going to like a foundation right away. So this one I feel like I'm really going to like it just because it feels really nice on my skin. And not only does it feel nice, but it's not accentuating any lines around my mouth area or under my eyes. It's not creasing anywhere. It's not accentuating my pores. It looks really airbrushed, I would say. That's the word. It looks really airbrushed on my skin. So yeah, I'm really liking it right now. The big question is it going to pair well with my, you know, concealer, with my powder? Is it going to look nice after I finish off the rest of my makeup? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and finish the rest of my face off camera, and then I'll come back to kind of give you guys my final thoughts, see how everything blended, and if the foundation is sitting nicely after a couple minutes. So I'll come back and see you guys in a second. Alright guys, so I went ahead and finished the rest of my makeup. Overall, I feel like this is a really good foundation for an everyday kind of go-to glam, and I feel like you would really appreciate it if you're oily skin. What I did notice with this foundation though is that you don't need powder to completely set the foundation. I feel like it sets on its own, so I just wouldn't recommend that you set it with a powder. Other than that, I feel like it's a really good drugstore foundation stick. It's rare when I find a foundation stick from the drugstore that I like. For example, the Makeup Revolution new stick that they just came out with, I like that. That's just for dry skin, so if you're dry skin, that one will suit you perfectly fine, just because on my skin it just doesn't last as long. But this one, on the other hand, this one is a semi-matte finish. I feel like this one will last a really long time on my skin. I only see some creasing around my nose area, but that's like totally normal because I did powder it. So I feel like that's why that happened, because before I didn't have it. Yeah guys, I really recommend that you try this out. I believe it's only $8.99, if not a little bit less than $8, depending on where you buy it. I know at Walmart it's way cheaper than if you buy it at like CVS or like a Target. But yeah, it's a really good foundation stick if you're oily skin. So try it out, check it out. Let me know if you guys are going to pick it up. Let me know if you have already tried it, and let me know if you want me to continue to review drugstore foundations by giving this video a thumbs up. Also guys, if you're new here and you're not yet part of our T-Squad family and you would like to join, don't forget to subscribe in the link down below. It's free. Subscribe, get with the program. And with that being said guys, I will catch you guys in my next video very soon. Bye guys.